Right guys, we've got some moody clouds again, which is cool. So I'm going to set the a6700 to the S&Q dial, which over here. There's two ways of doing time lapses. This is the first way. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the next one below. As you see, it changes to time lapse. Click on there. And I've got it in manual mode, so basically I can control the exposure, but it will basically do a 1 second in between each photo. So we'll just start going. There you go, it'll be 1 second, and we'll just leave it going 10 minutes, so you get a really quite a nice, you've got 1 per second, so 60 a minute. So if we do for 10 minutes, we'll get an interesting view of that cloud plus any other clouds that are going past, changing the view. So yeah, interesting to see. It records at 4K 60, so basically you get 10 seconds of playback. And once I've done this one, I'll show you how we do a more of a complex time lapse, but you have to do it fully manually. You have to actually edit it. There's Tommy down here, look, he's decided to, he spotted me. He's been down the field somewhere causing trouble. Still causing trouble. What is he doing? Tommy! Come on! You crazy cat. Tommy kid! Meow. What are you doing? He's always about somewhere. Meow. His pathetic meow though. Come here. So we've left the camera running for the minute. Come here, mate. Hello. Where you been? Meow. All right. Like you haven't had a stroke before. Bit of attention. Yeah. So the camera's still running. It will be. Get off the tripod. Come here. Because you know what you like. He nudged it the other day, and it literally, you could see it in the time lapse. Suddenly the camera shakes. So at the moment, for example, we have been running for 1 minute 55 seconds, and we have 1.95's worth of 2 seconds worth of footage now, just over 2 minutes of record time. So obviously it's just showing me how long the playback time will be eventually. So if you want 10 minutes, you can literally just, until it's then stop. So it's actually really quite good. Very simple. With the other way of doing it, you basically have individual images, which is beneficial some ways if you want a photo or a few photos of that scene, or if you capture some lightning or something like that. You can then obviously use them individually or put it through an editing suite that you can make a film from it. So basically play it back like on a MP4 or whatever. So yeah, two ways of doing it. This is a really quick and easy way, and actually really good for someone like me who just wants a time-lapse video quickly of something for a video. So yeah, really good. I'll be back when we get to 10 seconds worth of playtime on that, and then I'll change it over to the other one. Right, here are a couple of the time-lapse results from the 1 second built-in easy time-lapse mode. I actually really like it. I just chucked the camera onto a hay bale there, and then zoomed in and zoomed back out again, and the rain cruising past, which missed us, but luckily, which is quite good. Clouds there doing their thing. Just quite cool actually, and it's really easy to use, and you can literally just jump in, do a 10-minute time lapse, get 10 seconds worth of footage, and you know, or whatever you want really, and off you go. So there you go. It looks pretty cool. I was quite impressed, and nice and easy and no drama. Tommy is joining, so my photography assistant is wandering over slowly. Anyway, we have I'm still in the same I can't even speak. Still in the same settings at the minute, so I've still got the time-lapse function still on, but come back out there into photo mode, and then obviously I've got the full frame situation going on, so I actually have a little bit more control. So I'm going to zoom in. Probably going to get a cat sitting on the thing, so I can actually zoom in a bit more on the scene, because we're going to take the whole scene and probably crop off the top a bit later to make it 16:9. So yeah, I've gone pretty close to the bottom of the hay bale there. Tommy's doing something, don't know. But anyway, so what we need to do now is go into the menus, and I've actually put in my menus on menu 2 interval shooting, but if you want to find it, you've got to go into the red camera, first one, go down to number 5, which is drive mode, go in there, and it's interval shooting function. Obviously we're going to turn it on, but you've got to make sure you go back in there to turn it off later, because otherwise it'll just be on all the time. So that's why it's good to put it into my menu setup, so you can find it very quickly. So put it on. We can do a 1 second delay, but basically you have 3 seconds in between photos. So if we have maybe 10 seconds in between each photo, actually no, that's a bit, 5 seconds between each photo. We can have no seconds between shots, so basically it'll just be 5 seconds. Oh, okay, we've got to put a value of 1 apparently. Okay, so what we probably want to do then is drop that to 4, so that basically gives us 5 seconds in total. We're going to do 230 shots. The light meter sensitivity basically with tracking, leave it as is. Then we go down electronic shutter. So you can have mechanical shutter, so if you were to put a flash gun on, you could obviously light the scene with a flash, whatever you want to do, but obviously electronic shutter will keep it from having any mechanical wear and tear, so that's good. And then, what does it actually say? Shoot interval priority. I'm shooting a full manual, so I think it obviously gives you another option I've not tried. But anyway, so we are basically ready now. So we've got a 4 second delay in between each shot. So if we start pushing the button, it's now snapping. There we go, 4 seconds every shot. So that will now do 230 images, which will add up to whatever. And then we can put it into a piece of software to make it into a video and utilize it as a time lapse. So yeah, it's a very peaceful evening actually. So just wandering back down to the camera. Well, one thing I did do was actually stopped it and then shut the back, so the screen was closed, so it was off. And then you push the shutter button and the camera comes back on. So it means that it's not using anything unless you look through the viewfinder. The screen will come on, the viewfinder comes back on when you look at it, which I'll show you. So in theory it should be using less battery. Okay, it did work. We've done 230 shots, then it did another 3 and then stopped for some reason. Not really sure what happened there, but I think it stopped after 3 when I stopped it, and then okay, what actually happened was the camera had gone to sleep because it had finished the 230 shots, which are here, and then we can literally, there you go, just cruising through them. So you'll get everything going on, the sun changing, everything like that. It should look quite cool, but now they're all RAWs, so it means I can actually, oh, you can actually, look at that, you can actually watch it. There we go. So if we go back, click like that, and then you can watch the whole thing back as a video. There you go. So it shows you, actually that's really quite cool. Didn't know you could do that. There we go, and then come back out of the file. But yeah, it works very, very well by the looks of it. And to be honest, it used 8% battery compared to using on a 10-minute exposure for normal, like the quick easy time lapse. It used over 13 or 14%. So yeah, well worth it if you want to do a longer version. Right guys, so I've popped into Photoshop. You can do this in Lightroom obviously, but I only use Photoshop, I don't use Lightroom. And what I've done is I've highlighted 252 RAWs. And we're going to open them all at the same time. It may break my laptop. There we go. You could obviously edit every single one of these. If you've got Photoshop, what we can do now is right click, select all, and then we can obviously adjust stuff as we want to. To be fair, we can have a look at, and they all look pretty good. The light was changing obviously, and it got darker and darker and duller and duller. The sun came back out again anyway, but there we go. So what we do then is instead of, well, we can adjust everything here or whatever you need to do, but I'm just going to go right click on the images, and we are going to set to save images, and we're going to save them as JPEGs. And now down here on the left hand side you can see it is saving 243, 241, all as JPEGs. I could have resized them, but I haven't bothered. I've still left them as 26 megapixel or 25.6 megapixel images, 6x4s, and then in Premiere Pro I will crop into them and make them fit basically a bit better in the image, and then set the amount of time that they are showing in each frame as such. So if I get my phone, so if we're doing 30 frames a second, and we've got 252, is it? So in theory 8.4 seconds worth of footage, I think that's right, if I divide 252 by 30. That might be right, I'm not sure. We'll find out in a minute. I've never really done this much, but that's how you do it anyway. We've got 160 more to go. I'll come back when this is done. It's not going to take too long, but it's boring for you guys, so I'll be back when I've done it, and we'll be back into Premiere. So guys, here is the results from the sort of stills time lapse, as we say, with the interval shooting mode in the a6700. I've left it a little bit slow, and I'm going to play it again in a second at 200%, so you can see how you can actually speed up or slow it down depending on what you want to see. I think I got my calculations a little bit wrong, but it's fine because you can mess around with it later on. What I had to do was actually put it through Premiere Pro first to crop it basically and find the right size that I wanted, so I could literally lose some of the sky but keep the hay bales at the bottom. The tree and everything is in shot, and as you can see there, it's coming to the end. The light was going, sun comes back out, and that was at that speed. And then here is at 2 times, which looks quite a bit smoother. You could go quicker, but it's totally up to you. This is just an experiment. It kind of gives you the ideas of what you can do with it. I hardly touched the surface really of how it what you can do with it. I'll have to do some more, but hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it's helpful to somebody out there. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well, and there'll be more videos coming soon. So take care. Cheers.